This message is from Instagram. All right. I recently asked my girl of 2 years how many guys she had been with before we met. That's problem number one. You don't ask that. And the number surprised the F out of me. Now, to be honest, I only asked her because I thought her body count was much lower. But now, I can't unhear that at all. What should I do? Well...
So let me get this right. Oh boy thought he had someone pure as the driven snow, virtuous, right? Thought he was the first one to walk through that door, or at least a limited number walk through that door. Yeah. So he felt emboldened enough to ask her that. Yeah. She came back with a body count higher than what he thought. Yeah. Because he thought, so old girl thinks she's in a safe space, gives him the truth, the number's higher than what he thought, and now he's in his feelings. Yes. And can't, as he said, unhear what and he wants to know what he should do?
Yes.
Bruh.
That's what he wants to know. Bruh. He says, what do I do, J&K?
Bruh. So.
What's he do?
So I think listen, bruh, you need to take that one on the chin, just live with it. Like, you can't, listen. So here's the thing. 1 penny or 100 penny. You ain't, if there's been one in there, why does that matter? Like, why does that matter? Now, hold on. Here's the thing. Because I'm going to, I am absolutely going to contradict myself. Because I'm going to say, why does that matter? Because it matters.
It does.
It does matter.
It does.
It does matter, which is the reason why, as my esteemed colleague said, you don't ask. If you ain't built for that, then don't ask. Listen, there are some of us that walk the earth differently. It don't matter. They know that she was who she was and starred in X amount of videos and who she was with. And he says, I don't care. I love her. That's what he says. I love her.
I love her. Right.
Absolutely.
Not love.
Love her. That's a different level, my dude. Right?
Oh,
doesn't matter how many.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
But those dudes are different. The majority of us are like, I don't love her that much.
Right.
And so the number we want, we prefer, is lower.
Sure.
Now, I don't make this stuff up. These are not KO's rules.
Right.
I just fit into the world that was here when I arrived.
Right.
So before Twitter sphere start putting stuff out, all of the folks that think I am anti-equal rights for women, I'm just telling you, I ain't unequal. I'm just saying that this is what
I don't know if you're equal rights.
This is what this world is. Men are judged by how many women. The more women you get, it tells something about a man.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Not my rules.
Okay.
It's always been that way. The guy that gets more women is more desirable. 100%. Right? Conversely, a woman that has less partners in her past is more desirable. Not my rule. Not my rule. That's just what that is. Right? Like, oh boy, like you said, you only asked because you thought the number was low. You wanted to feel all good and proud. Not. Now I'm going to get off this soapbox and push this over here to you, and you tell me, what's your thought on that?
So you don't think he should have asked?
He clearly shouldn't have asked because he wasn't prepared for the answer.
You know, that's what I thought, 2K, in the beginning. Now I done changed my mind.
Oh, damn.
I think you should have asked. Why? Because the truth will set you free. And set you free from what, I say? Set you free from that little nasty little something.
You just...
Because if you didn't ask, if he didn't ask, he'd have been thinking this whole time that he had himself that little virgin, like pure woman, like white snow. He'd have been wrong, right? But now he knows. And now when you know, okay, you can do what you want to do. You can jump up out of that seat and you can get to stepping and you can go find yourself that virgin that you've always desired. You know I always wanted a virgin, Kay?
Okay.
I always wanted a virgin.
Okay.
There's something about when I'm lying down with a woman that time and me knowing that she's never been touched versus having hundreds of peenies inside of her, as you say. I got that word from you. Yeah. It's good. So I changed my mind listening to you when you were talking, and I said, no, it's good that he asked, right? I do know that some people don't want to know the truth. Like in his case, once he did get the truth, people think that they don't want to know. But if they really thought deeply about it, they realize that they do.
Right. But in his case, do you think he should have asked? Because based on his question, he's conflicted now. Like it sounds to me, and I hope I'm not putting words in his brother's mouth, but
right.
He wants to stay. This is his woman, and he wants her, he likes her. He doesn't want to leave. Mm-hmm. But now this thing is in his head, right? To your point, now you know you can get the hell on out. But in his case, if you're following his question, he's jacked up because now he's like, man, I asked, now I can't unhear it. He doesn't want to leave. He's trying to figure out a way to coexist with what the information he has and reconcile that with how he feels about her. So in that regard, what would you tell him?
I would tell him no. Here's the thing. Deep down inside, he does want to know, and he does want to leave. You have to know the truth. I had one of my boys. He's married, and he told me if I ever saw his wife cheating on him, that he didn't want to know. And I told him, brother, listen, if I see your wife walking down the street hand in hand, hugging a woman, hugging a man, kissing on a man, I'm going to tell you. And he said to me, well, then, Jay, then you're not my friend. I said, I'm absolutely your friend. I'm not telling you what to do with that information. I'm not telling you to leave her. I'm not telling you to stay. I don't care what you do. My job is just to give you the truthful information. And a while back, he thought about it, Kay. And now, today, he realized that he does want to know the truth. So I absolutely believe that he should have asked the question. And I do think that every time everybody does something and they go back in time and say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done it. No, you did what you felt was best for you. So I'm happy that he asked that question. He should have asked that question. He really should have. Just because he wasn't prepared to hear the truth doesn't mean that he shouldn't have or he didn't want to ask the question. He just didn't want that to be a fact that she had lots of penis in her. That's all.
So once again, I'm right and you're wrong.
No, I am right.
Because he shouldn't have asked because he only asked, again, if I'm recalling, yes. He only asked because he thought he knew the answer.
First of all, that's stupid right there. Why would you think you know the answer?
I'm not going to call our viewers stupid. Okay.
But it is stupid. I'm sorry. Listen, I do stupid things. You do stupid things. We all do stupid things. So let's call a spade a spade.
So he should not have asked. So, bruh, you shouldn't have asked the question if you weren't prepared for the answer, even if you thought you knew the answer, right? Like, I'm not sure how you even arrived at that. Like, you think you know the answer of how many, like something that occurred before you even arrived, that only she knows 100, not even the guy that maybe one of the guys that she was with, somebody she was sleeping with previously, even knows. Only she knows exactly how many men that she's been with, right? So I don't know why you thought that in the first place, right? Maybe how she moves, how she carries herself, but that is what she's supposed to do, right? She's not supposed to walk around with a for sale sign on. So shame on you for doing that, in particular if you were not prepared for the answer. You were trying to stroke your ego a little bit, right? I got me this woman. She's a baddie. She looks like how she looks. She's fine. She's this, this, and that. And, oh, by the way, she's been untouched, unmolested. She is amazing. It wasn't that case. I say, your fault, not hers, right? You didn't do your due diligence on the front end. You're there now. You need to coexist with it, because if you like her, she's probably a good woman. She found you. You found her. I'm telling you, there ain't a whole bunch of them out there to make that connection. Get over that. Go talk to somebody. Get some counsel. Whatever you need to do to reconcile from that standpoint, do that. Maintain your relationship, and there you go.
Yeah, and at the same time, you just have to realize what you did was a good thing, right? Just because you got the answer, yes, it's a good thing. Don't listen to him. Listen, it's a good thing what you did because you have the information now, right? You have the truth now. You can decide whether you stay, whether you leave. You have all these options ahead of you, unlike if you didn't know, right? Because she could have all these diseases out there. Like, we didn't even talk about whether you had got her tested. This is my advice to you too. Make sure every woman you're going to be with, especially if you're concerned if she's been with more men than you would have liked her to be with, go and get tested, right? When you first meet with her. Yes. What are you laughing at?
No, I'm not laughing for comedy's sake. I didn't know we were doing public service announcements.
Yes, that's what I do. That's what I do. Right. I'm just telling him because he's concerned with her being with all these men.
Oh,
it ties in,
okay,
right?
okay.
So if you're concerned with a woman being with so many men, what are you usually concerned about?
No.
I don't know. You're probably concerned about maybe STDs.
No, I don't think.
No? What are you concerned about?
I don't think he's concerned.
What do you think he's concerned about?
I think it's driven by ego. I don't think it's medical, and that's you.
Oh, well, maybe it's just me. Yes, I'm a medical.
100%.
Yeah,
that's
I'm 100% medical. That's what he should be worried about.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that's not like, don't hijack the topic, bruh.
It's on the same topic.
This is about his ego. Like he said, I only asked because I thought I knew the question, right? Like, he thought it was like, yeah, no one's been with my girl. Like, ain't nobody been up in here, or at least ain't count on my one hand how many. And it wasn't that way. It played out. Your calculus was wrong. You turned out the body count. And who's to say, he didn't even say how many the body count. It's just whatever his number is. Maybe he thought it was 2. She could have said 3. Who the hell knows, right? Like, that. It's all subjective. It's all subjective. I don't know. My point is, bruh, if this woman, going back to what the genesis of this is, which is answering the question, if this is your woman, you care about her, she cares about you, you guys have a great relationship, then you need to figure out a way to move past that, because it is in the past, right? Now, if you needed that information early on, when you started the relationship, then I get it. And you just qualified it because that was a qualifier for you. No argument for me. I don't think Jay would argue with that either.
Yes, I would.
Argue.
Listen.
Then if you wanted to cut her loose, then so be it. You're here now. You've got your boo. Go ahead and try to work through that stuff, man, and kind of move on.
No, you have the information now that you needed, which is the truthful information. And even though you feel like she may be the one for you, she's not, right? Because clearly you have a problem with it, right? And you don't want to try and make it. Listen, when you're in relationships and everything is good, there's nothing wrong with working on relationships. Obviously, you should. But clearly, this bothers you. So don't try to force yourself to make this work when she is not the one that you were looking for. She has been with too many men. The only thing you can do now is, if you really want to work on it, Kay doesn't understand. Listen, we do care about our health. So go ahead and get her tested. Do all these tests, right? Get that HIV, gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, all those tests out there. And guess what? That'll make you feel a little bit better about yourself, but being where at least you'll know that she's clean. Yeah, she's still had a lot of penis with her, but at least she's healthy. At least she's clean. You know what I'm saying? So that might make you feel a little bit better in case you really do want to make it work with her. Listen, I can tell you one thing. There are a lot of women out there that you might think is angelic and pure and all that stuff, but you really have no idea, right? So the more you know about a woman is the better that it's going to work out for you. Whether she's an angel, whether she's just a bad, nasty girl, like, you just need to know. The truth, like I said, will set you free. There's nothing wrong with having the truth.
Yeah, and on that note.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Why don't you sign us off, Joe?
All right, listen, we are out of here. The J&K show has been real. We talked about a lot of fun topics today, and that question was great.
Indeed.
Let's hope we helped them out. All right?
Good
Well,
talk.
there you go. That's it for the first episode of the J&K show. All right, it's been fun. It's J&K. We will be back next week with another great episode of Trending Stories. And, of course, more questions from our viewers, and we're going to help them out. All right? We will be back next week. We will see you guys soon. All right?
Indeed.
All right, brothers. Thanks for watching the J&K show.